Noisy pixel.
It's called a contact lens, you dolt. I need it to correct my vision.
Why would you leave something so important on the ground?
I'm always open to developers trying new things and not sticking to what's expected of them. However, I understand that usually this is grounds for longtime fans to proclaim that they've changed too much and just drop them completely. So finding a balance here is crucial to not only keep fans, but also grow as a developer. It seems Compile Hard is doing just that with their newest title that easily shows their experience as a game maker and storyteller. This is Noisy Pixel's review for Death End Request. Death End Request tells the story of Shina Nanomiya, a game developer who wakes up in a virtual world that she helped create, World Odyssey. With no idea of how she got there and no memory of who she is, Shina adventures out into the world to find out that the game's world is in distress and plagued by monsters known as martyrs. Soon, Shina remembers everything and begins her search to escape. At the same time, in the real world, Arata Mizunashi wakes up to a strange email from his old colleague named Shina, who disappeared a year ago. This email allowed him to access a game that they were both working on, and to his surprise, Shina was logged in. Although this could be a strong base for a game's premise, the writers don't stop there. There happens to be a secret organization of terrorists who are plotting to blur the lines between the digital code and reality, and it's up to Shina and Arata to stop them. The game's story is absolutely thrilling until the very end. Players will play through a more visual novel style of gameplay while playing as Arata in reality, and an RPG style as Shina in the World's Odyssey. While playing as Arata, players can expect some deep and often overly descriptive moments of storytelling. I was personally immersed in every scene as they grew closer to solving the case, and the supporting cast played a huge role in making the story so grounded. There are also many death endings that the player will encounter throughout the game, where they'll need to make choices, some of which end horribly. However, this does result in a game over, and with no autosave feature, it can send you back pretty far, in the event that you haven't saved in a while. I'll also add that it is possible to check for the correct answer, so you don't have to get the bad ending. But, bad endings also unlock bonus CGs and extra accessories. As Shina, exploring dungeons comes with a price. There isn't much variety in the dungeons, and although this is far better than anything else I've seen from the developer, their design makes each dungeon look more like a maze. With that being said, this is supposed to be a game world, so perhaps the developer is just being super meta. During battle, there's a handful of great features for the players to discover that makes each encounter an absolute blast. Outside of equipping new weapons to party members, characters have 3 actions every turn. This is when the players can choose skills for each character to unleash. In order to learn new skills, players have to play around with different combinations of skills, so the battles never feel too repetitive because you're constantly trying new things to get better. What should also be taken into consideration is how you can launch enemies across the field in order to cause more damage and send them flying into another character or against the wall. Furthermore, the battleground is lined with corruption that has a variety of different side effects if the player comes in contact with it during battle. If the player increases their corruption over 80%, they'll turn into a glitch mode, which unlocks a special attack that can cause massive damage.
Die! Hey! Does that hurt?
Arata can also help in battle by unleashing unique hacking skills or summoning a previous boss to help in battle as a 4th party member. The story and battle system of Death End Request are equally great. The team at Idea Factory International did an amazing job at showing they have the skills to localize a story that isn't full of memes, and also deliver this emotional thriller that brought me to tears several times. This is a game that will please the developer's fans because of its cheeky fan service CGs and interactions with the characters, but ultimately it hits home with fans of mystery visual novels, as there is some very detailed scenes of gore and an emotional struggle. The lacking dungeons aside, with New Game Plus and multiple endings, Death End Request blew me away, and I can't recommend it more. Noisy Pixel is giving Death End Request a 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching, and please check out the full written review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is ran by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Please! Stop! Stop!